Okay, let's start day 5. So I'm just sitting here doing some mental crunching. The thing that I'm most concerned about is my points aren't at a level where I'm going to get to 69. At least I don't think they are. And I'm using priority R&R. I've used it twice now in 4 days. Technically, I didn't quite need it on day 4, but because of circumstances, I used it. I only have one more priority R&R left, and I have to get through 11 more days. So my chances of doing 2 missions a day are diminishing. And the 2 missions a day are the only times I've been scoring more than 4 points. I only need a few more points than 4 a day. So that part is good. I guess I'm just getting nervous that I might be going a little too aggressive, but let's see what we can come up with. I get to draw 4 now. I get to treat any card as a secondary because of this target of opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that because I had to use this today. I don't get to save it. So here's the first one. It's a fighter sweep. It's a secondary mission. So we already have a secondary mission. I could skip this one, right? So we could skip this one if we want. Let's just see. Let's draw another target card. So we got a weapon factory. It has an improvement. Move the intel counter 1 to the left at the end of each day. So I only have to do that at the end. It does have an infra of 2, which is helpful. It's a big target, folks. And it's a 31. Where's it located? It's in a band that I would get an extra experience point, but I get 4 stress for doing this mission. Well, let's set it aside here. That's 7 planes for that mission. Remember, I only have 12. 2 of them really don't attack, so that puts me to 10. I mean, I could do this, and that's my 10, right? And then, who cares about the fact that I could call another one a secondary? I mean, I could just do these 2, and that's my 10. There's a lot of bandits on this. There's a lot of bandits on this. So now I'm running into the risk of, can I do both? Because I have 3 MiG-21s, 3 MiG-23s, and 2. So 3, 6, there's 8 MiGs here I need to take down. If I sent 1 and only 1 Tomcat to that, I can use 6 Phoenix missiles, and then I'd have 2 left. Whew, that would be... I would have to roll perfect. I do have cannons that I could use, but I need to roll a 10 to hit with my cannon. But see, the cannon on an air-to-air is better odds than the cannon air-to-ground. So, what an interesting dilemma. This one's a 57. Where's he located? So it's going to be stress 3, and there's a 2 weight point hit penalty. This one has a 3 weight point penalty. So that's the other problem, is I have huge weight point penalties on both of these. So if I drew another target, what I'm really looking for is something low number like this. So I can do this big number guy and a low number guy. But this one is so bandit heavy that I can't do both. At least not easily. I would probably have to take the weight point penalty on this one, even though it's higher. It's a 3 weight point penalty. I would have to do it because I need all my weight points. If I send just 1 fighter after this guy, because I need to send 2 after this one, I would need all 8. I only have 3 Tomcats. That's my issue. And yes, one of them can take this on, but I would probably need to send the AWACS that gives him a bonus to his rolls because I need to roll perfect. What's the harm if I draw another target? I mean, I can always just discard this. The harm is I would get another one of these crappy improvements. Because I have to, no matter what, kill this, or otherwise this happens. Wow. Man. I so much wish I knew what was next in that target card list. 3, 6, 7, 8. I mean, there's literally nothing else added. It's literally just 8 planes. That's it. I get a +2 to my die roll with my fighters. So I could try to cannon against them. I absolutely have to eliminate the weight point penalty on this mission. But what if I just sent only a Tomcat? One single Tomcat on this mission. Nobody else. I don't even send my Prowlers. I only have to spend 1 SO point to reduce his weight point penalty. Oh my gosh, what a crazy plan that would be. Crazy sounds good. Let's do it. So Farm Boy is going to do the fighter sweep as a secondary mission. And Farm Boy is going to spend 1 SO point so he can ignore the weight point penalty. So we're going to at least go down to 12 on the SO points. And I don't know if I can afford an ECM pod, so I'm going to get rid of the ECM pod. I'm not Farm Boy, Sticky. Sticky's going to be the one that does this. I have 1 SA point, which is good. And I'm going to arm all 6 Phoenix missiles. And then for 7 and 8 is going to be 2 AIM-7s. Everything else is off the board. So he's going to go in with 8 missiles. We're going against 8 planes with 8 missiles. This is insanity. All right. I'm not even going to bother going to the other thing, but let's just let's go through the motions real quick. There's the on the way there. Bandits inbound. I can get rid of an air-to-air counter if I want. I can't do that. I have to roll 3 attacks. Oh, shoot. This is not good. So I rolled a 4. A 6 and a 5. So that's 3 stress. I mean, I could have been damaged or destroyed. This wasn't a fun card. By making the decision I made, by the way, Eyes is sitting out. He can't go on a mission today, and neither can Crunch. So these two are not going on a mission. And I can reduce them by 2 each. Let's do that now. All right, so getting back to this, for the fighter sweep, I need 3 MiG-21s, 3 MiG-23s, and 2 MiG-25s. So here's a MiG-25, MiG-21, '23. I'm having a hard time reading these. Don't get old, folks. All right, let's get rid of these no bandits, the MiG-29s. Where are they all at? Here's a MiG-23. I know I need at least 2 of everything. There's another 23. How many MiG-23s do I need? 3 of them. So no more MiG-23s. There's 2 MiG-25s. That's all I need for the MiG-25s. I just need MiG-21s now. There's a 23, a 23, a Mirage, no bandits. I need 1 more MiG-21. Where the heck are you? There it is. Okay, geez Louise. I'm sorry, I should have paused that. I didn't think it was going to take so long. Okay, I got 6 Phoenix missiles. So I probably should have taken the AWACS with him, shouldn't I? That would have been another SO point. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then also, so I'm spending 2 SO points. So that means this AWACS, it gives the +1 eyes, is on the mission. And I got to put the 2 stress back on him because he's going on the mission. And I think I forgot he has +1 cool, so I am going to reduce 1 of the stress from the last mission. But anyways, if I roll a 6 or better, we get to ignore that last event card. So I'm going to ignore that last event card. So that's done as well. Okay, why am I retconning this? Well, because I forgot that I need the +1 in my air-to-air because I need to kill these things perfectly. So all the advantages I can get, I need it. So therefore, that's why I had to spend 2 SO points, because when I do the negate weight points, I have to do it for every plane on the mission, including the ones that don't need weight point negation. So, all right, so we're still on this fighter sweep, which is this guy. This is our situation. I got 6 counters. I have a +2 from my fighter, and I have a +1 from the AWACS. So I get a +3. So a 3 or better hits, minus any of these little bonuses. So I'm going after all the ones that say +1. Each one of these is +1, all right? And then there's one here that's +2, okay? Why am I doing that? Well, if I have to resort to my cannon to kill some of these, I want the cannon to be going after the +2 guys, because then that gives me a +2 to my cannon rolls. So remember, I'm getting a +3. These guys are all now +4. So a 2. The only thing that misses is a 1. A 2 will destroy these guys. Okay? And then this one here is automatic death. I don't even need to roll. So I will take him out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it sort of matters which ones are which. So I'm going to say that these 2 blue ones are the ones on the bottom. Okay? So let me move the camera here. And we're rolling 5, and basically a 1 hurts us. And as you can see, there's not a single 1 in there. There was a 2, but here's a 10, 7, 8, 2, 7. So, so far we are fulfilling our manifest destiny, and we just destroyed 5 of them. I mean, can you imagine in real life, you're just, you know, you're in your Tomcat, you fire your Phoenix missiles from however many miles away they work. I mean, it's got to be lots of miles. You're not even like invisibility range, not even in the slightest. You're only able to see each other on radar, and then these missiles get fired from all those miles away, and they're just boom, 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 almost like fireworks in the sky. All these fighters are just going down because they can't shake the missiles. So now we start the game, right? Oh, we got to do over target. I was supposed to do that before the Phoenix, wasn't I? Yes, I was. Draw 1 bandit for a random pre-approach area at the start of each turn. So let's see if we can ignore that. And we can. So screw you. Done. And now let's start the turn. I am slow, but I'm going to use this to go fast. And aim 7 against that guy. And remember, I don't need to roll because he has a +2 written on him. So he's destroyed. I'm actually going to pull this off, folks. So now he gets to go. He only has a range 1, so he can't hit us. Actually, we have a range 2. So technically, turn 1 ends. We move 1 step closer. He moves 1 step closer because I was out of range of him the whole time, and he was out of range of me. So if I move 1 step closer, he moves 1 step closer. I am now in his range. So that fast attack that you just saw, that's what just happened, but it happened in turn 2 instead of turn 1, okay? So now he actually does get to attack me. And so I will take 2 stress because I need to do an evade. I don't have an ECM pod. And I'm taking the 1. That 2 stress was well worth it. And there's no hit on me. And then I do the slow phase and I attack him. And like I said, I don't need to roll because he has a +2 written on him. So we actually did it with just 1 plane. I had to take 2 stress. The Phoenix attacks were the ones, if I would have rolled a 1 with any of those, but you know, it's a 1 out of 10. So you only have this like 10% chance that it's going to backfire. So we would have had to do cannons. And just in case you have curiosity, the cannon is a hit with a 10. So I get a +2. The AWACS gives me a +1. You use your air-to-air value. So I would have gotten a +3. So to hit these planes, I would need to roll a 7 or better, right? Or 7. Yeah, a 7 or better. But those planes had a +2 written on them, so I needed a 5 or better. So even with a cannon, I had a 50-50 chance of hitting them. But the issue is they're shooting back. Like every time I miss, they get to shoot. So I would be racking up the stress and possibly getting damaged, you know, blah, blah, blah. So the cannon is a risky matter, but we did it. All right, so this reduces the recon by 1, which can't be reduced any more than it already is. And it's target 57, and we get 2 victory points. And 57, by the way, is... I know I saw it. Where's 57? Oh, it's a stress of 3. So I'm going to gain 3 more stress, but I have a cool of 2, so I only get 1. That's his... I mean, he's got a really amazing cool value. So Sticky did his job. Let's grab this real quick. So the first mission we did was number 57. And Sticky gets 2 experience points. It's not enough to level up. And we destroyed the target. And it gave us 2 victory points for doing so. Okay, so that's mission 1. Mission 2 is this weapon factory. So we get to bring 7 planes and whatever extras. So I'm going to put Sticky off to the side. The first plane, of course, is going to be Teflon. And then Farm Boy. So these are our two of the 7 are going to be the Tomcats. We're going to bring along all 3 of the heavy bombers. So that's 3, 4, 5. And Moon, who has no stress, for 6. And Brick, who doesn't count. And actually, that's not 3, 4, 5 because one of those is free. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. So with Moon, it's 5. Crunch, like I said, is sitting out. We already reduced his stress. Eyes had to take stress. We said it was 3, so I need to increase his stress by 2. So so he's up to 6. He is shaken now. So we probably need to rest him at some point in the future. Eyes is a very valuable... Eyes would have gotten 2 experience points, by the way. Let me... And Eyes actually levels up. So this is from the last mission. Eyes got 10 experience points. He levels up. We got our first ace. So from an ace perspective, he has 4 SA points now, which is awesome. And then, I mean, he still gets shaken, but who cares if he's shaken? His abilities don't go away just because he's shaken. So the 8 is all you care about. So he can take basically 1 extra stress. But this is the big thing that changed. And this might have changed too, right? Because he actually, on a 6 or better, he ignores events. Now it's a 5 or better. And it's still +1 on everything else. So he's at 6 stress, so technically he could do another mission if we really needed to push it. I gave him the skill +1 cool, so he can last a little bit longer, and that has helped. All right, now back to this. I think I can bring everybody. This guy and this guy are free. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6-7. I can bring everybody. The weapon factory is as good as toast, as far as I'm concerned. But we still have to do the motions, and we get to place the targets or the sights, and let's see what happens. But basically today, everybody's going on a mission, and we're going to get 4 experience or victory points for this. So this is one of those days where we are going to get the 2 extra, which is nice. But 2 extra is not a whole lot extra, but we'll take it. So actually, I got to leave the camera here, and let's switch. All right. So it is 5 sights in the center. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the center. And then 2 on each approach. 2, 2, 2, and 2. All right. So here we have a mediocre one and a worthless. Mediocres. Both of these are worthless. Worthless, although he shoots low and high, so these are both worthless. This is one of those crappy Okay, so a couple of things. There was one thing I forgot to do for the last mission. It doesn't change the outcome, but I wanted to point it out. With this fighter sweep, as you can see, we had all these MiGs here, right? 8 of them. And I said I needed to be perfect. Technically, no, I didn't. Because my intel lets me destroy a bandit or a sight, so I could have destroyed one of those targets. So I only had to take out 7 planes. So that made my job even easier than it really was. So I would have taken out one of the +1s. And then I would have been able to automatically take out those +2s because I didn't even have to roll for those. So I hope that helps. There's so many things you have to keep track of in these games. No matter how many times you play it, you do forget crap. And that's one of the things I forgot to do. And the reason I thought of it is because we drew this little soft, like if you look at the bottom in the center, over the target, the bottom sight there is one of those soft targets that doesn't have a radar. And sure as shoot, guess who I'm going to destroy is that one. I'm not even interested in what the bandits look like. I already know that's the one I'm destroying because we need to go over the target to destroy this thing. And I can AGM-88 everything else, but I can't AGM-88 that one. So, okay, let's get back into position here. We place the sights, we assign our pilots, which I've already technically done, and now we arm our aircraft. All aircraft arming is going to be done exactly as before. We're going to be doing 3 Phoenix on each of our guys, an ECM pod on each one. And so, and we have no weight point penalties because of this. So, so that's 4 of the weight points out of 8. And then it's going to be 3 AIM 7s and 1 AIM 9. I mean, everybody's going to just have that. So, I mean, I'm getting it out of the cup, but it's just a formality. 3 AIM 7s and an AIM 9. These guys you probably do want to equip separately because they do launch their missiles separately. Moon, for example, is going to have your 4 AGM-88s. And then the question now becomes with Haas and Buzz. They're both, of course, going to have their ECM pods. But we've been equipping big bombs on them and then never actually needing them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to equip, because they have 6 weight points. And our target is the weapon factory. It needs 14 hits. To be quite honest, we're going to obliterate 14 hits. We have 3 heavy bombers and 2 lighter bombers. So, for example, I can equip the 2 lighter bombers with these 3-weight missiles or bombs, which is what we've been doing, right? And then the heavy bombers up here, we've been... So I'm looking over at the sites we have to destroy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to destroy 7 sites. Moon has 4 AGM-88s. I don't know if we can wait 3 turns for him to use them all, but for example, we have an ECM pod on each of these. And then we're going to put an AGM on each of these. So technically speaking, there's your so you got 4 on Moon and then 5, 6, 7, right? So I said I needed to destroy 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's exactly 7 that I need to destroy. So technically I have exactly 7 AGM-88s. If I were to miss with any of them, then I'm in trouble. I don't think I'm going to miss, although I don't have the AWACS that gives me a +1 to my ground anymore. So I may actually need to roll for these guys. So then I can, with that in mind, I can do the 2 3s and the 2 2s, which would let me obliterate again, right? The issue is I'm thinking I want to equip more AGM-88s. And I'm just looking to see if I have more that I just didn't get out of the box. Because if I have more, I want them. And I think it looks like I actually took all there is. I only have 1 more AGM-88 to spare. Now here's what the issue is if you flip it over, it's the ECM pod. So I'm equipping ECM pods on everybody, which is using up my AGM-88 counters. But I just realized Crunch, who isn't going on a mission today, has one. So I have 2 extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my pilots, Mullet, and give him 2 extra. And so then he's going to get his typical 2 3 bombs, but only 1 of the 2 bombs, right? The 2 weights. Normally they have, like with this guy extra, we're going to get 2 3s and 2 2s, right? But this guy's going to just equip 1 less 2 weight bomb and instead equip 2 extra AGM-88s. So he can help clear out sites if that's what's needed. Then the last thing is I just need to make sure my situational awareness for everybody is set properly. For example, I need 1 on Teflon and 1 on Moon. And then Brick gets 3. All right, we're ready to go. So now that we've armed our aircraft, we're going to draw our target-bound event card. 1 XP. You cannot attack sites in approach areas. You may suppress them. Ooh, that's actually not so bad. That's not so bad. I'll show you why. I mean, I'm actually going to do it because I get an extra XP. Here's why. Look on the target. There's 4 sites on the target. All 4 of those are really bad. We need to destroy those. The 3 that's in the north, there's 2 in the north approach, and there's only 1 we care about on the east approach that has a range of 1. So here I can point to them. These 2 here and this one are all range 1. Well, if I'm coming from this direction, these 2 will get to shoot at me when I'm here, and then when I'm over the target, all 3 will get to shoot. So I basically have to absorb 5 shots from them. I did bring extra AGM-88s, and we can use them to suppress. You don't have to have rockets to suppress. It's just that the rockets get a +3 if you use them for suppression. So I can use my AGM-88s to suppress, which is what this allows me to do. I just can't kill them. So, but I will use my AGMs to finish these 4. And so I think the plan is still good. We can fly right over these guys. They're just going to sit there and eat a banana. Okay, if I wanted to, I could try to roll a 4 or better to cancel this, but I'm getting an experience point for this. So and I got 8 planes on this freaking mission. Well, 9. I have 9 planes on this mission. I'm going to get an extra experience point on 9 planes. That is worth it, folks. I equipped ECM pods on everybody. We should have a very good time here. You know, there's a party in a hot tub time machine somewhere on one of these. Okay, moving on. We did that. we now have to place aircraft, which that could be a little tricky because the aircraft is 4 in the center and 2 around the edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, and 2. All right, so in the center, no bandit, and then 2 guys with very low range. So they're not a threat at first. On the east, we have 1, 2. On the north, we have 1. So far, these odds aren't working out. We have 2 in the west, and in the south, we have 1. So the no bandit thing didn't work out in our favor here. We have a lot of bandits. Okay, so we place the bandits, and then we do intel air defense adjustment, which if you recall, I already did. I destroyed one of the the sites that has a soft target that was not radar. It is very tempting to take out a bandit instead, but the soft target was more important. And then draw the over target card. So let's do that. Oh, I gotta flip it. So it's called Shore Leave. Destroy any one site, draw 3 bandits for the center area. That sucks. Look at this. Remove 2 stress from every pilot in your squad. Why couldn't we have gotten that? So I can destroy a site, but I get 3 bandits. I don't want that. So let's roll and see if I can ignore it. I need a 4 or better. I got a 9. I'm going to ignore it. Although, technically though, hold on. I can destroy any site. So I can destroy one of these 3 that I'm not allowed to go after. Ooh, that actually might be good. But can I handle more bandits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 freaking bandits out there. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to destroy this site right here. And then we have to draw 3 bandits. And you know what? We might get some no bandits. That's why I'm a little excited about this. So I would assume that they're going to go over the center, or no? Where did they go? Yeah, center. So here's the 3. Oh, I got 1. I got 2. Jesus, that's not working out in my favor. There's 1 no bandit. So we ended up getting 2. But they have the juicy +2s written on them. So, okay. That is done. And now we do our Phoenix missile attack. So let's flip this over. That's our situation. We destroyed the site, but we ended up getting extra bandits. I did not ignore it. Okay, some things that you might not be able to see on the camera. This one is a really tough one. There's no bonuses to rolling against him. It's an SU-27. This is a +2. These are +2. All of these are +2. This is a +1. This is a +2. This is a super tough one. +2, +1. And then you can see from the range of 2, I was supposed to have placed my aircraft before this, and I hope you understand. I was planning on coming from that direction all along, so that's not a big concern. So as far as range goes, this one can hit us. This one. This is a +2, by the way. And then this one in the back. So we got 3 Phoenix missiles each. One pilot has a +2. The other pilot has a +1. And no, I do not get a bonus from our AWACS anymore. So we're just going off of regular bonuses here. So the +2 guy is going to go after this one and this one because we need to hit those. We're also going to go after this one because he's in range. Everybody else is out of range. And so there's a couple ways to look at this. What I can do is, I have 3 AIM-7s on each pilot, so we could hit these later. So a part of me is like, you know what? Let's go after this one again because he's got a range 4 and we have to get him. We could do the same thing with this guy, but I'm just going to go after this one in the back because he got a range 4, but we only have a range 2 if we miss after using these, right? We have a range 4 now, but we won't later. So I'm going to go after that one, and then I'm just going to go after these easy +2s. We're going to go after the edge and get all those. So it's a lot of stuff, folks. So let's flip it back over and let's resolve. All right, so let's start with this guy. We're going after this guy and we're shooting at him with two dice. This one gets a +2, this one gets a +1. Oh my gosh, I forgot which one was which. Which gets the +2, which gets the +1. Did I just miss with both? Yeah, I needed to take a longer break, folks. Was this one the +2 and that was the +1, or was this the +2? Because obviously I hit with this if that's the +2. I would have missed with both. You know what? I'm sorry about this, but I'm going to have to re-roll. This is the +2, this is the +1. All right, I missed with both that time. That angers me so much. But I think I missed with both the first time. So that guy survives 2 Phoenix attacks. All right, so now we go to this one. He has a +2 written on him, and then we get a +1. And of course, look, I roll a natural 6 on him. This one is another nasty one. We get a +2. I rolled a 1. Oh my gosh, we're losing this so bad. My Tomcats are really letting us down. This guy, we roll a 9 against him. Jerk. And then this guy, I rolled a 1. He makes it a 2, 3, 4. He survives. We just did awful. The bandits are going to be a real serious problem on this mission. Oh my gosh. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 bandits still alive. Okay. All right, we're on turn 1, and off we go. So fast pilots attack. At the moment, I don't think we have any fast pilots. Just looking. But we do have, for example, he has an SA point, so we're going to spend it, and we can send an AIM 7. This one will spend an SA point, and an AIM 7 comes out. Here, we're going to spend a point to get an AGM-88 going. And I still have 3 here, so we can go fast with somebody else if we need to. From an AGM-88 perspective, how many of these are really a threat right now? Only 1. So I don't need to spend my SA points to launch my AGM-88s with anybody else. So the big thing here is I can use these points to help my pilots to fight fast if they need to. Do I want to shoot another AGM? Yes, I do. I'm going to spend 1 to shoot an AGM-88 from Mullet, who has the extra AGM-88. So we're going to send 2 of them out. Okay? So just real quick, look at this. I know I'm not going to flip the camera. So for the AGM-88s, we have to take him out. And we're just basically going to progressively just go after the ones we know we can hit. These ones we have to suppress. So we're going to go ahead and take those out. And then for the AIM 7s, we only have a range of 2, right? So I can hit this one, And then going this way, I can hit this one. So we're going to go after these two. All right, so I'm just bringing them over so we can resolve the dice. All right. First of all, Moon has a +0 to his die roll. And this gives a +1. So the AGM-88 is getting a +1. I rolled a 7, destroyed. This one gets a +2. So destroyed. The 2 AGM-88s are a done deal. Okay, now let's go to the harder ones. This one gets no bonus. So my +2 guy is going after him. And remember, I need to roll 6. So it's not a done deal. And, oh, come on. We miss again. Oh, I'm getting so frustrated. All right, this next one, we get just a +1 against him. And I rolled a 1. Oh, we are in trouble. Oh, man. Are we in trouble? We at least needed to kill those. These dice, you suck so bad. Okay, now it's their turn. And here's where it's going to get devastating. What can hit us? This one, and this one. These are the 2 we just shot at and missed. The good news is it's just those 3. So let's start with this guy. He's shooting at us. All right, so it's a 258. Let's see who he's shooting at. It's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's shooting at Teflon. Teflon has an ECM pod, or he should. Yes, he does. And I rolled a 5. Oh, you jerk. Okay, so Teflon's going to take 2 stress. He has to go into evasion. And let's see what this jerk does to us. I got a 1. The other one was an 8. But the 1 was all that mattered. So no damage. So he's averted. Next, we have... oh, another nasty bugger. This guy. He's going after 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's Haas. Haas does have an ECM pod, and that's a 9. So ECM pod says, screw you. So he's done. And then the last one is this jerk. He's going after, we don't have a 10, I don't think. 3, 6, 7, 8. We have 9. I'm going to re-roll 7. So that's Haas again. And Haas rolled a 6. So Haas's ECM is working overtime and doing great. So we actually avoided all the attacks. So now we're in the slow phase. And anybody who went fast, who used situational awareness, can go slow. So that means another AGM-88's coming out. And then from all of our heavy bombers... how many more? I only need to destroy 2. So, these 2 are coming out. That's it. So, we only need 2. The other ones we're saving because we need to suppress with them. And then, of course, 2 AIM-7s are coming out. But this time, and they're going after the same exact targets because those are the only ones that are in range. We can't hit anybody else because they're not in range. So let's start with the AGM-88s. One of the targets is a -1. So we're going to go after him with our plane that gets a +2. Oh. We miss. Now we go after another plane. I'm not rolling that die anymore. There's a 10. Jesus, we didn't need a 10 with this one. but we did it. So this one was destroyed, but the other one stayed alive. And now we got the AIM-7s, and I will go grab these guys. So these are the two in question. I have a +1 and a +2 guy. The +2 guy is going after him. The +1 guy is going after him. Both of them are +2 because of the way it crumbles. So the blue will be the guy on the bottom. And here we go. There we go. 9 and 7. They're both finally destroyed. But I'm running out of missiles. All right. So we're at the end of the turn. This is our situation now. This little bugger right there is the one that somehow survived our AGM attack. And so what we're doing is we're moving in. We're actually high altitude. It's the 80s. Everybody's high. Now we start turn 2. Oh, before we do that, the bandits move. This one's in range, so he's not moving. These 3 aren't. So all 3 of these are moving up. And then this one in the back doesn't need to move. And this one does, so he's moving to here. And yes, it looks as ugly as it is as ugly as it looks. So yeah, not very happy about this situation, but that's what we got. So we're starting turn 2. Fast pilots go first. So who's fast? We still have 2 situational awareness. So we're going to use both of them to help Farm Boy and Teflon to go fast. And they're both going to use AIM-9s because we have guys that are within range 1 of us. And we're going to try to take out the targets in front of us. One of them needs an AIM-7 to hit that guy who's 4 range away, or we just have to keep avoiding his attacks, one or the other. But as you can see, we only have 1 missile left on each guy, and that's it. And then we run out and we're resorting to using cannons. The AWACS normally gives us a +1, but that's not on this mission. We rarely ever needed that extra +1. We were like doing really well. But the dice rolls are killing us. Now, as far as the AGM-88s, we're not in range of anybody hitting us. So I'm not worried about that. It's just that we want to use our AGM-88s to take out the stuff that needs to be taken out. But we can wait. There's no reason to accelerate this, so we can just attack on normal speed. In fact, there's no situational awareness we even need to use. Actually, I could keep 1 situational awareness on this guy and just use the one on Farm Boy, so he's going fast. All right, so here we go. We're going fast. Gonna come here. Gonna grab 2 of the planes. These are really, well, I don't want to say really, these are much easier. You can see this is a +2 and this is a +2. So the blue again is going to be the bottom one, and the bottom one is going to be the Teflon, who only has a +1. So this will be a +3 and that's going to be a +4. So that was easy, even with a +3, and this is a +4. So both of these are destroyed. So we're at least getting some accomplishment going here. And that's it for the fast phase. So now we go to the slow, or their turn, and we're going to get hit by 3 planes. 1, 2, and 3. This one's on the center target. This one's right in front of us, and that one is on the east approach. So all 3 of those guys are going to be attacking us. So let's roll for targets. With blue being at the bottom, this is the new top one. This is the middle. All right, so target 1, 5, and 4. This one is going after Kraken. This one's going after Buzz. And this is Farm Boy. All of them have ECM pods, so let's roll for their ECM pods. This one avoids, these 2 do not. So Buzz is out, or hold on. This one was, Yeah, I'm getting too cute. I already forgot which one was which. This one was Farm Boy. So Farm Boy is out. Kraken and the other one are being attacked. So I believe this one was Kraken, if I remember correctly. So let's just do these one at a time because I'm getting way too ahead of myself. So Kraken can afford to take 2 stress. So I'm going to give him 2 stress. We're going to evade with Kraken. And here we go. And I definitely needed it because that 3 is way better. And that 3 will cause 1 more stress on Kraken. And Kraken is now shaken. So yes, he could take 2 more stress, but not 3. But that's still a decent outcome considering how good this is. This guy is going after Buzz. And Buzz can also take 2 more stress if I wanted to. Sure, I'll take the 2 stress. And he's also at his limit. But the 2 is awesome, so he does nothing else to us. And the problem is we got another round of this. I mean, these guys are just going to constantly keep pounding us. I don't have any missiles left, or I have some, but I'm running out. Okay, so the issue is we now go to the slow phase. So with the slow phase, I have an aim 7 I can use. I have another aim 7 I can also use if I wanted to. Or I can try to save it to hit the guy that's hiding in the rear. That guy hiding in the rear is never going to go after us. So we would have to go after him. It's really a tough choice because if I don't attack with this aim 7, then only one of my guys is attacking right now. And then that leaves 2 of the planes are going to be up for the next round, even after we move in. But you know what? I'm only going to attack once, and it's going to be with Teflon. He only gets a +1. And the one we're going after is this guy right here. So I get a +1, and he has a +1 written on him. And, oh, he misses. Okay, and then as far as the AGM-88s go, I have one that's going to go after that target. This gets a +2, and I did roll a 4. So the AGM-88 did finally take out that target that we need to take out. So that's done. All right, so let's flip back over. That's our situation right now. This is the one that I just missed against. So that was very disappointing. We're in a lot of trouble. There's still 3 bandits, and we need to go 2 more turns still. So these guys can only shoot low. He only shoots low, even though he has a range of 1. So we're going to move in to here, and we're free of any sights being able to hit us. This sight here can hit us at low. We're only going to be low over the target, so we'll have to suppress these when we get there. But right now, we don't have to worry about the sights. It's the bandits that are the issue. I do have 1 missile left on my +2 Farm Boy, and I'm saving it to try to take this guy in the back out, and I'm going to have to try to take him out with a gun. That's how bad the situation has become. So with that being said, we are on turn 3, and fast pilots go, and let's figure this out. So I have 1 situational awareness left, and I'm going to spend it to let Farm Boy go first with his final aim 7. And like I said, we're going against the this Su-27, which is in the back. He's the hardest one to hit, and I could and should go after the guys who have +2 written on them, but the problem is the +2s are going to be easier to hit with the cannons, right? So that's the logic. And I can't go fast with Teflon because I'm out of situational awareness. So only one of us is going to get to attack. It's this one, and I'm praying that I roll well. And I did. I rolled a 6. We got him. Down he goes. Now I am completely out of... We're relying on cannons from here on out. And to flip it back over, and assess the situation. I have 1, 2, 3 bandits. Now this one wasn't in range last turn, but now he is. So I'm still gonna get attacked by 3 bandits. This is an awful situation. So far we got 1 shaken guy and a couple that are on the verge, but that's what our situation is. And let's flip it back over and resolve. So these 2 are over the center, and this one is in the west approach. So let's roll for targets. And like I said, top, middle, bottom. Let's not forget them, Jeff. Okay, so top, this is extra. Middle is moon. And then bottom is farm boy. And you know what? I keep forgetting. I have a prowler on this, so we do get to subtract 1 from all their dice rolls. So I'm going to get smarter. I'm leaving that there. I actually have another copy of these dice. So let's just not be so dodo head about this. So now I know this is who they're targeting. So when I roll the dice, I'm not going to forget who's who. Okay, so ECM pod. Only the 8, so this one's canceled. So I can put this guy away. He got canceled out. All right, so these 2 are still attacking, and extra will take the 2 stress, I believe. Yes, he will. Extra's definitely taking the 2 stress, and 5 is farm boy. Farm boy can take the 2 stress. Yeah. All right, so let's start with the guy on top. Oh, that would have been a destroy. So 3 is nothing. And the guy on the bottom, 3 normally is 1 stress, but remember the prowler reduces that by 1, so it's a 2. So nothing happens. But we did take 2 stress to evade. So that's that. Okay, so now we go to the slow phase. And the only thing that's going to happen is our fighters, the tomcats, are the only thing that needs to occur. And here, I'll show you why again. This has a range of 1, but it only hits low altitude. So he's not going to hit us even though we're 1 away. These 3 obviously have been the problem children, but the only one in range is this guy. And we can use our guns for both of our fighters. So both of them are going to go against him, and he has a +2 written on him. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to start with Farm Boy, who gets a +2. So technically I'm getting a +4. I need a 10 to hit. So with a +4, I need a 6 or better to hit. And I only roll 1 die. So let's do that. That's a miss. Now, Teflon only gets a +1, so now I need a 7 or better to hit with him. And there it is. There's a 7. So with our cannon, we took out one of the MiGs, which was a miracle. And we're going to need a few more miracles before this is over. So that brings us to the end of turn 3. We are now going low altitude. We're going to switch to low altitude, and we're moving over the target. And this is turn 4. So again, we have the 2 MiGs. Those are our issue. And then we have the 2 sights that are also an issue. Okay, I have nobody that's fast. I have no situational awareness. So we have to now just grab our ankles and take it. So first thing I'm going to do is the sight attacks. Now remember, we can't destroy those sights, or otherwise they would have been destroyed by now. So what we're doing is we have to suppress them. And Moon has 1 AGM-88, and then so does Mullet. Mullet gets a +2 to his roll. Moon gets a +0. So is there a particular one that's worse than another? They're both exactly the same. That's what it looks like. And you can see I get a +1 from that. So let's do Moon first. I rolled a 9. So he suppressed his. And then Mullet, I rolled a 1. He adds 2 to makes it 3. This makes it a 4. I still suppressed them both. So Mullet didn't need to roll, is what I was trying to say. So we do suppress them so they don't attack us. Now we get to the 2 MiGs. So let's see who they're going to go after. The blues on bottom. So 1 and 3 are the targets. 1 is Kraken and 3 is Extra. Kraken is already shaken. But let's roll for ECM. And ECM's both failed. I'm just so frustrated. So Kraken is at 7 stress. He is shaken already, so 2 more stress doesn't change that. So he's just going to take 2 more. And we're resolving the Kraken. And the 2 is a nothing. So now we go to Extra. Extra actually can handle 8 stress before he even gets shaken. So he's going to take 2 more. And, ooh, that 5 gets reduced to a 4. It's just one more stress. So he's getting up there, though. These guys are getting stressed pretty bad. So I'm going to leave these here, because now we're on the slow part of this. Actually, I don't need to leave them here. We're over the target. So we're going to blow this popsicle stand and get out of here. We survived what we needed to survive. And now let's get out of here. Jeez Louise. Was this a challenging mission? This weapon factory needs 14 hits to be destroyed. So let's start with our big gun, Extra. Extra has 2 3-weights and 2 2-weights. So the blues will be on the right. Extra gets a +2 to his die roll. And these are both 5s. And that's a 7 and a 4. So 5s are 2 hits each. So that's 4 hits on this guy. And then a 7 is 2 hits, and a 4 is, because I said he gets a +2, that's 1 hit. So 2, 4, 6, 7 hits. So this thing's halfway destroyed already, just from 1 bomber. All right, so that's 7 hits. And then let's do Mullet next. Mullet, if you recall, only has 2 of these, or has 2 of these and only 1 of those. So we'll take 1 die away. Mullet gets a +2. So this is a 10, so that's 3 hits. This is a 10, that's 6 hits. And this 5 is 7, 8 hits. So remember, this thing had 7 and then 8 more. It's completely destroyed. I still have 3 more bombers that could have dropped bombs. Now, granted, one of them was shaken and the other 2 aren't as good, but it doesn't matter. This thing is destroyed. I knew that once we got there, we would destroy it. So it's our turn to move, and we're getting out of dodge. So we don't have to, like, okay, we could have done cannon attacks. So let's say this is the +1 guy. I actually would have destroyed one of the planes with my cannons, which then we would have had 1 bandit left for the final turn, but there was no need. I mean, we're done. So, oh my gosh. Seriously stressed out 2 of our bombers. So tomorrow we're going to have our bombers are going to have a pretty light day. How much stress do we get from this target? It is 31. We are going to get 4 stress for this target. So starting here, we get 3 for Haas, 4 for Brick. Oh, we got to do our come home. Our come home. Keep this card. Discard to reroll any die. I got to remember to do that. In fact, we should have used that against these bandits, shouldn't we? I actually have 2 of these now that let me reroll a die. Okay, so we did these 2. Coming over to here, he gets 4. Here, he gets 3. 3. 3. These guys are getting a lot of stress. This one gets 3 more. Kraken's going to be done for at least a day. So is Extra. There's no way those guys are going to go on another mission. And then Mullet is looking pretty bad himself. So all of our intruders are heavily stressed. But we survived. Okay, so can zoom out a little, put away all of our bandits here. The weapon factory gives us a recon of 2 and an infra of 2. So from an infrastructure, it does move up 1, 2. So we are getting that one moved over to the point where we might have less hits needed. Okay, so we put all the stress on, and here's the awesome part. We get an extra experience point because of this. And that did make it harder, but actually we didn't suffer very much because I had that mitigated pretty well. So we get an extra point for this. We destroyed the target, so we get 2 points for that. So that's 3 experience points. We did this band here because the target number is 31. So we get an extra experience point for going into that band. So everybody on this mission just got 4 experience points. And we got 4 victory points. So this was a big deal. It's why I didn't want to abandon the mission. So the target was 31. All right. There's nobody who didn't go on a mission today. So, well, actually, hold on. Crunch didn't go on a mission today. So we're going to do a dash for Crunch. There we go. So now everybody else gets 4 experience points. That is, I mean, it's like double, you know, what you normally get on a day. So it's not like double, it is double. So we spent 0 SO points, but we're at 11 now for the day. We destroyed the target, and we get 4 victory points. So we got 6 for the day, and 18 and 6. We are at 24 right now, which if we get 1 more victory point, we will be well, 2 more victory points, and we will be poor rating instead of dismal. And like I said, we need 69 for our great. So I don't know. I mean, I have no idea like if we're on track or whatever, but I would say I'm pretty happy with our progress so far. This is an extra hard scenario. Getting a good rating in a hard scenario like this, I think, is a good accomplishment. You know, I try not to get adequate, you know, because I'm thinking, yeah, I've played this enough. I shouldn't be getting adequate, but usually it's between good and great if I win. Now, sometimes you crash and burn, and these dice, you know, you live by the dice, you die by the dice, and you can get quite destroyed. So let's start just at the top, and now we got to see if anybody levels up. Starting with Extra. He has 4, he needs 8. Extra has 5. And so what I meant to do here is, you know, since I have this chicken scratch, is I write 5 here because I just account for the fact that they have the extra point. So that way I don't, because I sometimes miss whenever I have stuff crossed out, right? So we're going to just call all those 5. And then like right here, look, I have 1 extra here. So let's call that a 5. Okay, I think I accounted for all those. So again, Extra has 5, he needs 8. Mullet has 4, he needs 8. Kraken has 5, he needs 7. Buzz has 4, he needs 6. Oh, he has 6. So Buzz levels up. So let's cross those out and get rid of his bombs so I can pick up his card. So he's average with a +1, and now he becomes skilled with 2 cool. So Buzz gets better and better. Good job, Buzz. And then we go to Haas. Haas has 5, and Haas levels up. So let's take care of him. Okay, Haas is average with a +0/+0, and now he becomes skilled and he gets a +1 air to ground. So basically, Haas and Buzz, they will get so good that just them alone will destroy targets. and you don't even need the big intruders, which might actually be the case because I think the intruders are going to have to take a rest. So Haas only needed 4, so he's got 1 left over. So we're going to cross Haas out, and he has 1 left over, which of course I need to, another way to do it is just to put 1 here. But that's what we'll do. Moon has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 experience. He needed 6. So we're going to just cross off 2 and cross off the 4. And just remember that he still has 2 left. And Moon goes from average to skilled. So he became fast. That's the big thing that changed for Moon. And he now has, well, he always had the situational awareness, but he's now fast, and his stress tolerance did go up a little bit. Okay, next is Crunch. Well, Crunch only has 4. He didn't go on a mission, so nothing changed there. Next is Teflon. He has 5. He needs 7. Sticky has 6. He needs 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 for Eyes. And Eyes goes up. Eyes only needed 10. Oh, we did this already. I just forgot to cross it out. All right, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Brick. 8 levels up Brick. So he needs all 8. And so Brick becomes a veteran. So here's his skilled card. You can see he ignores events on a 4, and he has 3 situational awareness. I mean, there's not much else to talk about with Brick. But he becomes a veteran now, and now he gets a +1 on all air-to-air. So that's a huge bonus. So now I can send him on like those fighter sweep type of missions, and he will help them out, and he will help out with the Phoenix attacks, and etc. And then, of course, we have more SA points. So Brick is getting better and better. And then if he ever becomes an ace, he just gets more SA points. But we got the big bonus that he needs, and he needs 10 more experience if he ever wants to level up again. Then Farm Boy has 4. He needs 8. All right, so I know that took a little while, but that's what happens when you get a lot of experience points, etc. So do I want to do a priority R&R? Of course I do, but it's too early. Now I have to be stingy with my SO points and when I use the priority R&R. So basically we're just going to do 1 mission tomorrow and rest whoever we can. That's more or less the strategy. And that was finishing day 5. So we got, we have 10 more days. Yeah, we have 10 more days. So, we got time. I'm at 24. So 69, 59, 49, minus 4 is 45. So 10 days, 45 points. I need 4.5 points per day. That's a tall order. I don't know if I can get 4.5 points a day. I mean, let's look at so of the targets that we've not selected, 3, 2, I mean, none of these are 4-point targets. So, I don't know. I think DVG just cranked up that score and they smoked pot or something. To get more than 4 points a day is really difficult. But we'll cross that bridge. Thanks for watching and stay awesome. And hope you're enjoying this.